Good morning, Patriots. JT Serenity Farms prepping here on a minus 2 degrees morning. So, this is an update on my video. Trump can't have it both ways. Lots of feedback on that video from both sides, agreement and disagreement. Understandably so, and exactly what I wanted to create. Okay, so full disclosure, I am not saying that we were played or not played by Trump. I wanted to open a dialogue, a discussion, get people thinking, doing some research, and then giving me some feedback so we can all figure out together what the heck is going on when he continually doubles down and triples down and promotes the thing. So, after I made that first video, he went and did an interview with Candace Owens, who up until now I really liked. She says what's on her mind, not afraid, and was sticking it to the libtards. She promoted her interview as unafraid, unsomething, and uncensored, and then completely gave Trump a pass, offered no follow-up questions to any of the answers that he was giving that went completely against things she believes in. She is a staunch opponent of the thing, works for Shapiro, who completely believes the thing, but they agree to disagree. But her point being, if you are vehemently against the thing and you have the president on there to ask questions about the thing, follow up on those questions when he gives answers that completely go against all the actual evidence we see and hear every single day. Stop letting him deny it even exists. So, I heard a video the other day from Cliff High. I don't know if any of you follow him. He's decent, very introspective, seems to be a very intelligent guy. And he gave his explanation as to why Trump is saying what he's saying. And it all boils down to many of us apparently aren't listening to the words coming out of his mouth, as Chris Rock would say to Jackie Chan. Okay, so Trump says, it's a beautiful thing. We did it. That's important. Don't let them tell you didn't do something good. We saved tens of millions of lives. All right. Actually, that's true. If you look at it from the perspective that Cliff was coming at, and a lot of people who commented, we did save tens of millions. We saved hundreds of millions, if not billions of lives by getting the thing processed very quickly. Not authorized, processed. So according to Cliff, we're supposed to believe, interpret Trump's wording that, okay, they had to bring it out because otherwise we would have been under the lockdowns, the guidelines, the requirements, the suggestions, the economy collapsed, millions dying from starvation, hunger, disease, yada, yada, yada. On paper, that makes sense. So coming out with it early and then continually saying, but it shouldn't be a mandate, it should be an individual choice, was and still is supposedly code for those of us woke enough to know it's out, but it's a choice. Don't take it. While he's telling us that he did the thing, then he did another thing, and then he did another thing. Well, there's a couple other items out there that are also classified as things, which Trump told us that he actually used early on, which is why the media went on another lie, scare, fearmonger, hysteria campaign to delegitimize those things and make sure no one else would be able to use them. Deplatforming doctors, getting doctors fired, jacking the costs through the roof, making us think that we're all pretending we're veterinarians if we use one. You know what I mean? Okay. But they're also classified as a thing, even according to the FDA. So is that what he meant, Trump, when he said he did the thing and another thing? Word games, but we're supposed to be picking it all up. Because from the start of this, not everybody was going to understand what the heck was going on. We all assumed that it was done to be a very good thing, although a very large percentage of the population had already determined after the Chi-Coms and the Democrats conspired using the scamorama to do the election that we were never going to do anything after those two incidences because we no longer trusted anyone and we knew there was a plan thingy coming out. So we didn't matter what it was, didn't matter who said this is beautiful, it's a wonderful thing, it will save millions of lives. We weren't doing it, and we're still not going to. Which is why a lot of us are very confused with President Trump and what's continually coming out of his mouth. Okay, I consider myself a reasonably intelligent guy. I'm not 100% on board that there's always been a plan. And that wavers more every day. But I'm supposed to believe there is and that this is part of it. I just haven't picked up on it yet. You know, there's 4 kinds of people right now. There's those who are fully on board with the whole fear-mongering, hysteria, compliance thing, and that's the only way they're ever going to be. There's no fixing them. Well, they're going to be fixed probably, but then there's a group who know it's all bullcrap right from the get-go, but they don't care. They're going to comply anyway because their ideology, their lack of any cognitive dissonance doesn't allow them for independent thought. Then there's the third group, which are people who, over the course of the last 2 years or so, the 4 years of Trump's presidency, might have been leaning left and are realizing, oh my God, that party of the D, they are evil, they're sick, they're twisted, they are against the people, and they might even have done the thing, and now they're waking up. And then there's my group who never ever was gonna and never is gonna and are fully awake to everything that was going on, but at least I'm not fully on board with this. I haven't picked up on the clues that they're laying down yet. So once again, according to Cliff, the message, the more we hear it, the more we really listen to it, dissect each little part. When he doubles down, he triples down. It's we that did it. Don't let the naysayers convince you we didn't do something good. We saved tens of millions of lives. We're supposed to be looking into that as if there was actually a plan and it's working, and we'll see that Trump couldn't come out and bash it and say, I made a mistake, I was deceived, I was lied to, I thought this was for the... He can't come out and say that because, one, he doesn't believe it. He knew it was going to happen when he did what he did to rush out the thing. So, like any war, battle, there's generals and commanders that knew Hamburger Hill, the beaches of Normandy. Those people all knew the likelihood of them surviving what they were doing was almost nil. But they knew it was for the greater good, and eventually we would win the war despite these small, devastating losses. If you believe all that, and that's what President Trump has had to do, imagine what was going on that he had to make that decision. Part of me agrees there appeared to be no other choice. And there had to be sacrifices made. I hate to use that word because people died. People are going to continue dying. But if I look at it in the grand scheme of things and accept their theory, literally billions will be saved in the end. I'm still having trouble with it. Mainly because there's a few people that I love that did the thing. And I need to hear what's being done to combat all that. I can't be fully on board with that. There had to be sacrifices made when people I love are going to be part of the sacrifice. It changes your perspective on the whole thing. I can't have it both ways. Let me know what you think. Like, share, comment, subscribe, notification bell. But for now, JT, signing off.